with my wife and my son.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, who inspired you to sing this reggae music or to follow this reggae music?
This reggae music really is, I think, I'm not sure if it's an inborn thing, but when I was growing up, I never had that thought of singing like, like I was some big singer. I love music. I love singing. I love listening to music. But after a while, I realized that, the only way I could get to make a difference in the world is if I could reach the people, or reach a mass of people, So, and I started to delve into the music, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then realized that I had a gift, I had a voice, you know what I mean? And I had something to say. So that's where it all started, really.
So when did you realize that you have the potential of being a singer?
I think it was when I was in like second form in high school. In high school, we have like from first form to second form, which would be, like 11th grade, I think, or fifth form, first form to fifth form. So I was in like second form. I was like maybe 13 years old, I think. And I realized that I, could do a thing. I linked up with some brethren and we started to sing together in a group called Phenomenon in high school,
All right. All right. So where are your friends that you started the group?
Well, those friends, they don't do music anymore, actually.
Oh.
No, them.
You're the only one who's still doing it.
No, I'm the only one still doing it, yeah. Them man, they gone in architecture. I'm gonna manage fast food chains. You know what I mean? All type of different things, you know what I mean? But and when we're growing up, actually, I thought in my mind they could sing better than I could, because I don't have myself as the greatest singer. I just have something to say, and I know how to chant for the people.
All right, all right. So which reggae legends did you grow up listening to?
Well, I listen to basically all the legends, like, Bob Marley, Burning Spear, Peter Tosh, Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor. Used to love music like Maxi Priest's music as well. My favorite all-time artist when I was growing up, though, was a singer called Sade. A female singer.
In UK.
Huh?
The lady there in UK, Sade.
Sade, yes. For me, she had the most amazing, the most, engaging vocals. And then obviously her songs were beautiful, you know what I mean? So she really captured my attention when I was a kid, And Bob Marley started to take over my attention when I got to like 16 years old, when I started to really see the potency and the power in them lyrics, you know what I mean? And she said, yeah, this man I write from a perspective of a godliness to the people, So that's what I wanted to be,
All right, all right. Now, can you remember your first album? What was the first album?
My first album was it was a self-produced project back in them time. I mean, I'm bridging them, we always do a thing and I try to test to see if the world ever listen to music and the world ever love for music, So my first project was a project called Rastaman Meditation,
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure if that's out there still, but that was on iTunes and, mainly a digital release. Because them time we never have money to do anything big, we were kids them times. I was like 2009, I think.
All right, all right. So the Original Dread was your second album?
Yes. Original Dread was my second, but first really official project where, where everything was done properly together and, most of the Rastaman meditation, everything was really done by myself, like production. Bridget and I was involved with me as well. So production wise, and then the artwork, everything, these things were all done by ourselves. So the Original Jet was the first album where we actually had some type of strength. Bridget Will T in the UK mixed that album. So we had a much more professional outlook on that album, So Yeah, man, that was the second project.
All right. So which other artists or which other brethren have you worked with on your album, on your first album?
My first album.
On your albums?
Well, my albums are really, I work with people that are amongst us, you know, my brethren and my sister, you know, I mean, we started a movement when we were kids, you know, with people like Empress Sativa, you know, people like Chronics, people like Infinite, you know what I mean? Ija and Janai, which were Java Evil twins, they were the brothers of Little Joe. Because Little Joe was really like, you know what I mean, our forerunning artist as kids them time, and he died. So we decided to basically do the music in honor of him and under his name. So we used to call ourselves Java Evening, which was our crew, you know. So that included people like Cradix and Versativa, Infinite, myself, and Twins, you know what I mean? So as I said, when we're doing music back them time, and even now, you know what I mean, we're not really looking for names, we're not looking for big names or superstars to do music with, you know. We're looking for souls, you know, to sing songs with and even to play with, because even the musicians that I play with in my band, it's not about, you know, anything else but them having good souls, you know. So on my albums I've worked with, as I said, people like Infinite, you know what I mean? I haven't worked with Chronics in the modern time. You know, we have songs together from back when we were making all those music when we were younger, you know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? It's really people that I know, people that I grew up with. There are no star names, as so to speak, as people would say, you know. So Infinite, Issa, you know what I mean? Nicole Miller, you know, Ija Jana, as we said before, you know, which is Gideon and Sela, you know what I mean? Exile the Brave, Rassi Hard Knocks, you know. You know, these names won't be popular to a lot of people, but Exile the Brave and Rassi Hard Knocks are pretty strong names now in reggae music in Europe, especially. So our thing was basically trying to give a platform to each other. You know what I mean? So when I made my music, not only for myself, but I tried to make it where it provided a platform also for my friends, you know, so, and my friends who were struggling, because that's what we do. We try to lift up who is struggling, you know, when you're not struggling, you should be looking to try and lift up people who are struggling, you know what I mean? So even though I was struggling at the time, I was brought up with a mentality, like a powerful mentality in the 12 tribes of Israel, like a prince, you know what I mean? So I never saw myself as somebody who was low lying, or even though we were poor and came from the ghetto. So once I realized I had a talent and I knew how to do the music, I started to help my friends, you know.
All right. You remind me of something now. You're from the 12 tribes of Israel, eh?
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. Is there any difference between the 12 tribes of Israel, Bobo Ashanti? What's the difference there?
Well, I'm gonna bring you to the teachings, you know what I mean? As the king would say in Ethiopia, in my father's house, there are many mansions, you know. And these mansions are aligned, as I said, the 12 tribes, the Bobo Shanti, the Naya Bingi, and the Orthodox Church, which is also here in Jamaica. So it's one family of Rasta, you know. 12 tribes are really known as the scholars of Rasta, because we really perpetuate the reading of the Bible and the studying of the scriptures, and connecting to that spiritual plane through knowledge as well. You know what I mean? The Bobo Shanti is really at the priests of Rastafari. You know, Naya Bingi is really about connecting through the spirit, through sound, and through just connection and vibration. You know what I mean? And the Orthodox Church, obviously, they preserve, you know what I mean, the ornaments of history and of our spirituality for us from Ethiopia. From the very first time, which we all know Ethiopia has the oldest version of the Bible, which is the Orthodox Bible. So, you know, everything plays its role into making a complete, connection with the Most High.
All right. So don't you think of making a collaboration with Chronics to make
Chronics.
a single, or Chronics?
Well, I have a song out there now. It's not officially released. It's a song called Ganja Farmer.
Ganja Farmer.
Yes, people can go and check out that one, but it's not It's on, should be on my YouTube channel and also on SoundCloud. But we didn't officially release it, but it is a song that I have with Chronix. I think I have a couple more songs with him. There's one song that we did called The 12 Voices of Israel. A lot of powerful songs that we did back in them day never got to be released, you know what I mean? Because you know how things go when you come up together and then things start to move, everybody start to have children and life starts to change, you know. So yeah, so I mean in future, I'm not sure what he's doing now. I think he's chilling now. I think he's realized the corruptive nature of what this music industry is, and that, you know, we have to basically be vibrating on a higher plane, you know. So I think he's taking a break and trying to readjust himself right now. But definitely, if in the future something like that arises, it's no doubt, you know what I mean? It's no doubt. It's a powerful youth, and it's a youth that I respect very highly musically, you know what I mean? So, yeah, man, definitely.
All right. So have you ever been here in Africa? Have you set your foot here in Africa or in
Yeah,
Ethiopia?
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Actually, I've
Yeah,
been
that's
in
great.
South
That's great.
Africa.
That's great. Where
I've
have you
been
been
to,
here in Africa?
yeah, man. My first trip to Africa was to South Africa,
South Africa.
2013. Yes,
What year was it?
I went to Cape Town,
Johannesburg.
um, and I went to, I don't know if you know the Nyabingi place in Cape Town where they have the
Yes,
holy
there at
zinc
Makascave.
fence, and yeah, it looked like Jamaica, you know.
Yeah, it's Makascave in
Yes,
Philip.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
there's a sister in there called Mama B. I think she's passed away now.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But I met her. She's from Jamaica, and she
uh-huh.
told me the story of how she got to South Africa, then burned her passport and said she's not going back home. This is home. She's not going back to Jamaica. That woman really. Even though I'm talking, I get cold bumps, you know, because that was a really huge, huge, huge moment of my life. You know, I cried that night. We performed with the people of South Africa in Cape Town, and they were singing this song. I never forget it. Fire, 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 something like that. Even though I feel so cold talking about this, man. So I cried, you know. It was a deeper sense of who you were, you know, when I went to Africa, and I went to South Africa, and then I also went to Johannesburg,
Johannesburg.
and we performed in a place called Uvaltown.
Yeah.
You know that town?
Newtown.
Utown, yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, I. So we performed in a little, like an auditorium. You know, it was a nice vibe with a band there that played for Miriam Makeba. You know what I mean? So it was all blessed, man. I couldn't ask for a better. And I also actually played in one of those small little cafes. I played a nice acoustic show. You know what I mean? So it was a beautiful, beautiful trip to South Africa, to be honest. Like magnificent, you know. It was glorious to see my people, my black people, in a glorious way, in a way where, you know, because in Jamaica, I mean, we're black people here, and we love Jamaica, and we love our country, and what Jamaica has given to the world, you know. But still, there's a lot of things that you are disheartened by in Jamaica, which one of the things for me is how, you know, how even though in our own country we still almost seem like we are behind another set of people. You know, we're not really the ones running our country, making the ideas, you know, doing what we need to do for our people. You know, so when I came to South Africa in that time, I felt a sense of a people standing together and trying to, you know, just run their own lives. You know what I mean? Make their own choices. You know what I mean? So it was powerful for me. You know.
True, true, true. So besides South Africa, is there any country that you have visited?
Yes, I went to Ethiopia also in
Ethiopia.
2015,
Uh-huh.
and Kenya as well. I
Uh-huh.
did a dubwise tour with my brethren Yardcore.
Okay.
So we went to Ethiopia. We did a show in Shashamane,
Shashamane, yeah.
where where that land which was donated to black people from the West, or people coming in from the West to come home. And then also I performed in Addis Gersha in Addis Ababa. That was a nice club, really wicked vibes. And then we did a show in a dome in Kenya, which was another very beautiful vibe. I have a song called "Ja Live in Africa," which I wrote in the early times, in the early movements when we were kids. And that song has been a very powerful song throughout my musical journey. So, and when I did that song in Kenya, you know, a lot of the people at the front of the stage started to cry, you know what I mean? And that was very, very powerful for me. I mean, I've never experienced that, but I wrote that song for the people of Africa, for myself, for the people who have the soul of Africa within them, you know. So it was very heartening to see the people feeling the energy and really connecting to it, you know. So yeah, man, that was beautiful.
Yeah, man, we're very happy to see our brethren from the West coming home to Africa, man. So you have to
Yes, sir.
come and live maybe in Makaskavi or in Johannesburg. You have to choose which one you wanna live in.
Right now, I'm doing some work with I'm not sure if you know one of your artists over there. He's called it's Java.
Shava.
Java.
Yes, yes, I know
You know
Shava.
you know him.
Yeah, man.
Yes. So currently, you know, we linked up on, you know, the social media thing makes you open to the world, you know. So, you know, he showed me like an interest and a respect for my music and so to me. I don't know him personally, we've never met, but since the last few months, you know, we've been working on a few projects together, you know, so South African people can look out for that, you know what I mean?
All right. When did you release your last album called Jamaica, Jamaica?
That album was released last year. I think last year in March. I think, yeah, last year March. Very good project with Evidence Music. Some bridge and I work with in Switzerland.
There's a track there. Why you killing them? So,
Yeah.
what are you referring to?
Um, I'm referring to basically our leaders. You know what I mean? What else are you gonna say? You know what I mean? Our leaders, because I mean, there's so much struggling in the world. You know what I mean? You can't see it. There's so many people struggling, and so many people don't have food to put on their tables. You know what I mean? But yet still, we find the time to make bombs and weaponry and vehicles of war worth billions and billions of dollars.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
Billions and billions and trillions of dollars, to be honest. Never mind going to space and all this exploration. I mean, they have the excuses for that, but when you're on Earth here and you invest billions and billions of dollars into war, into killing people, and people are dying, people are struggling. You know what I mean? People need proper infrastructure, proper medical care, for all types of things. There are diseases in the world that we could spend half of that billions to scientists to work out how to stop these things from killing our people. You know what I mean? So that song is of that. That's why if you listen carefully in the part where I say, the more the world war, the more the earth scar. You know what I mean? More mother ball, more innocent are laid on pantar. You know, that's just it. That's what war is. War just brings destruction and death. You know what I mean? So I'm really referring to our leaders, you know what I mean? Because and not the leaders that are only in power now, but the leaders that are to come. Because these youths and these people have to know that when you grow up to a certain stage, people who are running the world now, they're gonna get old. They're gonna get to a stage of being, you know, in that rocking chair and chilling. So it's gonna be your turn to be a leader. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna follow the wickedness of the past and just go bomb and shoot people. So I'm speaking to the leaders that are coming, and I'm also speaking to the leaders that are now in power. You know what I mean? So just stop that, stop them thing, man. Stop the wars, man. I mean, we don't even need armies. We don't even need armies. You know what I mean? Why do we have so many armies? To fight what? We're not fighting some aliens coming from a far galaxy. We're fighting each other. People that look like us. Yeah, people that have kids. Kids. I see kids with guns. I see kids being killed with guns. Yeah. So that song is definitely, you know, for the people that have the power to stop it. So I have to say our leaders because they have the power to stop it.
To stop it. Yeah, true, true, Kingman. So, as a ghetto youth from Kingston, is there anything that you're doing to uplift them youths there?
Yes, money. Well, in Kingston, our whole life is about, as I said before, I was telling you earlier, in terms of the tradition, how we came up together. You know what I mean? It's like our sayings that we have in here in Jamaica. One hand wash the other. You know what I mean? So in Jamaica, I have studio that I create. I open my studio up to like the youths in the community who don't have, I mean, they don't have a chance really. So I have an ability. I've learned. I've practiced. I've taught myself how to do this music, and then I can impart it. You know what I mean? And also not only that, you know, I produce a lot of the youths that don't have a way of getting their songs voiced, getting their songs out. You know, I've shot many videos for a lot of my brethren that don't have a chance to get videos, you know. And so I'm basically using my musical talent to try and empower the situation that I see around me, you know what I mean? And then no, it's not only the youths, you know what I mean? I have a very keen eye on the elders as well. So when they have stuff like, you know, to take care of the elders or to, you know what I mean, to just, you know, look in that direction, I'm always trying to be there as well, you know, trying to lift up any organization or any energy that I see that's actually, you know, trying to do good to both our youths and our elders, you know. In my song Zion's Gates, there's a creed of the 12 tribes of Israel that I speak of, and it is the way forward for the whole earth, you know. Sick, nourished, age protected, infants cared for, you know what I mean? These are the kind of things that we're about, you know.
All right. So are there any instruments that you can play there?
Yes, I play the guitar. You know what I mean?
Which
Also
one, the lead
dabble.
guitar or the bass guitar?
No, the rhythm guitar.
The rhythm guitar.
Yeah, so I
Who
actually
plays
learned to
who?
play the guitar to write my songs, you know.
All right. So who plays the bass guitar? Because we have the legends like Flapper Holt there.
Come again? Could you repeat that?
Who plays the bass guitar there for
In
you?
my band?
Yes.
Well, in my band, the bass is played by Ika Wilmot. He is the son of Billy Wilmot, who is the legendary singer of Mystic Revealers. I don't know if
Oh, Mystic
South
Revealers.
African.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know the Mystic Revealers.
Yes, sir. So his son plays bass for me. His other son plays guitars for sometimes as well.
All right. So you never shared the stage with men like with youths like Sizzler and Anthony B at the moment.
Well, I've been on reggae festivals in Europe with Anthony B. I've never shared this. Yes, I shared the stage once with Sizzler. That was a show. It was way back when we were young too. You know, those days when we on Chronic Sem used to perform at this place called um, what did it call again? It was in like in New Kingston, Tony's Bar. Yeah,
All
it
right.
used to be like a nice like, live setup where the Bridget Tony used to open up his bar to just young budding musicians to come and, you know, so we played, they had a nice show there and I was a part of the show. And also Caesar was a part of the show, you know what I mean? So that was a wicked experience. First and only time I've ever played with Caesar Kalanji, who when we were growing up was like, you know, giant to us, you know, I mean, his lyrics and his music.
Okay. You never sing there in Montego Bay in those festivals that are there, always there in Montego Bay.
Montego Bay, that's like reggae sunfest and them stuff.
Yeah, man.
No, I've never done reggae sunfest.
All right. All
I've
right.
never done Rebel Salute. I've
Rebel
never.
Sound.
I'm not. To be honest, you know, what I mean, I'm not one of those artists that, you know, go out to try and get my songs played on the radio, try and
Okay.
get these guys to book me on their show. You know, what I mean, I've never been like that. I don't have that spirit. To be honest, I'm not. I can't do that. I can't grovel and so if you look at the stuff that I'm doing and see that, you know, it's strong enough and it's good enough, you know what I mean, then you'll book me or you call me for your show, you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it, you know what I mean? I've never really been in that link or that clique that, you know what I mean, gets these types of, you know, shows here in Jamaica, you know what I mean? So I look outward and then I live with the prophecy from the 12 tribe that a prophet is never honored in his own country, you know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not saying that I'm a prophet, but I think the music that I do is very deep rooted. And so a lot of the commercial entities that are around here are not going to want to be aligning to it so much. I mean, so I just stay humble and give thanks for what Jazz blessed me with, and I just keep going, you know.
All right. So is there anything that is on the pipeline now? Maybe your new album that is coming, or the single?
Yes, I have two albums actually coming. I have an album that I've completed now with Just Solid Rock, which is a
Just
label
look.
yeah, Just Solid Rock Music.
Yeah,
They're
man.
based half in the Netherlands and half in the Dominican Republic. So I have an album with them. I also have an album with TPI Grade from the Zionite Kings. Um, so one of them will be released this year, I'm sure. I mean, we're not set on the dates yet, but definitely. And then I also have many, you know, single projects to come. I have a tour coming up this summer in Europe. Also working on doing some tours in the United States, in Australia, coming back to Africa to do a tour as well. Working on that really hard. So speaking to you right now, I would like to put it out to the promoters in South Africa that, you know, we are looking to tour at I think after September this year to next year, we're looking to line up a tour in Africa. So you can, anybody that wants to reach out, you can reach out, and obviously through you and your radio station that has our links, you can also, you know what I mean, just pass it on same way.
All right, Kingman. How far is Westmoreland of the late Honorable Peter Tosh and 9 Miles? How far is it from
Oh,
Kingston?
how far from Kingston?
Yeah. Is it very
Well,
far?
well, where Peter Tosh's place is, I think that's about 4 hours from where I live. Four and a half hours, to be
Okay.
honest. And then 9 Mile is almost it's like going up in the sky. It's like winding up into the sky. That 9 Mile is a very, very powerful place. I can tell you that. Bob Marley came from there. It's not normal. So it's like Jamaica is a small country, right? But that's what they say. But a lot of the landmass in Jamaica is actually going up into the sky. So 9 Mile is one of those where you're just driving up into a mountain, going up, 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 up. So I don't even know. I think it takes 2 hours to get to that point. We're at the foot of that hill. And then to go up to 9 Mile, it takes another hour and odd. So it's like basically almost 4 hours to get to 9 Mile as well. And it's not the length like when you go to Westmoreland. As I said, it's more up into the sky, you know. So it's a very powerful place.
No, give thanks for your time, Kingman. So your last
man.
words to the reggae lovers and reggae listeners from VCRFM. What are your last words, Kingman?
Well, big up, just big up the VCRFM, you know what I mean? Big up the eye, you know, big up everyone that's a part of this radio and this connection, you know what I mean? Seeking out the connection with reggae music and reggae artists and even Jamaica, you know, it's home, you know? And as you say, it's a beautiful thing to see when brethren from out here in Jamaica or out here in the West can come home, you know? So we're saying just keep praying for us, you know what I mean? There in Africa, just keep praying for us because we want to come home. But for most of the people, it looks a very far journey. If you don't have talent in Jamaica, you can't leave these shores. You know what I mean? It's like a prison if you don't have talent, you know. So for most of the people, it's almost a 3 lifetime thing to get back to Africa, to get home to Africa. But for I and I, it is reachable. So just pray for us and give us the strength from way out here. And then just keep the spirituality of the world. You know, we view Africa as the place that is the mother of spirituality. It is the bedrock of who we are as human beings, you know. So don't let the West use all their shiny, keep that, you know, because it is something that is helping us to stay firm here in the West as well, you know. And we do give thanks for the work and also for the pain of Africa. The pain of Africa has been a massive strength to us, you know what I mean? And it's sad to say that, but in reality it is, yeah, because it has given massive energy to our movement here, to our songs, you know, to how we grow our children, how we feed our families, you know. So Yeah, we give thanks to our brothers and sisters in Africa.
Enough said, Kingman. Give thanks.
That's it.
All right. Simbamba ngolo hlobo ke apho Mica Shemaiah mphulaphuli we-VCRFM ithetha ukuthi okwangoku sisambeka ke sisithi sibhabhayisile ke kuye ngolo hlobo ke yena Mica Shemaiah mphulaphuli we-VCRFM. Ndakuvisa ke ingoma zakhe ke ethubeni okwangoku masibambe yena ke ingoma elandelayo siyibamba pha kuBarrington Levy simbamba kamnandi sithi yena Prison Oval Rock. This is Barrington Levy.